Hello, and welcome to my channel. This is Elise here of Plan with Elise, and today we are making two custom spreads for my Patreon members. Both spreads are going to be vertical, and this first one is for Nikki, and Nikki requested a pink and black spread. So whenever someone requests like just a color with black, I like to pull out these older Live Love Posh Functionally Chic Bloom sticker books because, I mean, there's not a ton, well, I feel like as I'm saying that, there actually are a lot of stickers left. I was going to say there's not a ton left to go through, like these are pretty empty, but I was trying to decide which stickers I wanted to use here. Now, none of these are just pink with no other color, but I felt like as we're heading into summer, I thought that these would be really pretty, and that's kind of what I wanted to start with. So I know that these have green in them. Hopefully Nikki doesn't mind, but we're going to actually start this time with the sidebar because we were on a recent group Patreon Zoom, and Nikki was going to be getting one of the spreads that I was making on that Zoom, and I had asked if she wanted anything on the sidebar. She said to leave it blank, and then I had looked at her Instagram to see if she normally decorates the sidebar, and I think sometimes she does, sometimes she doesn't. So this time we're going to go blank with it because that was what her request was recently. So I also pulled out, let's get this here, Rainbow Quotes Volume 2 by Kelva Plan, because I thought maybe if there's like a tall quote here, we can use it. Kind of looking for a more like vertical styled quote. Let's see. And I want to use a black one. Some of these I really like, but it depends on what week she's using it, right? Like, well, a new week, that's more of a Monday quote. New month, that only works when it's a Monday. I like this week, see yourself getting stronger and living a healthier life. I think that that's a really good one. So we're going to put this here. And then Nikki doesn't need as many checklists and bullets as I normally do, so we're going to have some extra space here. So we are going to go big with these florals. I wanted to kind of put this like over here, but I feel like we're going to have to lift up this quote in order to do that and go a little higher with this quote. Let's see if I can kind of gauge both of these at the same time. I think we're going to try it. I don't always go outside of the lines like this, but I do want to cover up this line. I'm not covering up the lines beneath this or the dot grid there because I just think that that's a little overboard, but we will cover these. And then going over. Here we go. Oh, that's pretty. And then kind of being mindful about where I put this so it's not over anything that's too dark. And we can even use the top of this just to kind of press this down a little bit more to get that black to be a little bit stronger. That's pretty. And it didn't even really cover up much of this. I mean, obviously here it covered, but it's not even that much. Now I also pulled out the Live Love Posh washi tape thin essentials. As always, I'll link everything that I'm using in the description of the video. I have this, and I also have this. This one is from Planything. It's a little bit thicker, so I think we're actually going to use this. And let's trim here. And we're going to put one black strip right there. And the reason I trimmed that was so that the black line would be right at the ends here. And then I'm going to take a black square box. Lately, square boxes have been my favorite boxes to use in a planner. In a vertical anyway. Just feel like they're a really good size. And then I wanted to line this again. The only reason I didn't want to use this striped washi, or really any stripe, is because of this extra trimming that ends up happening. Oh, that's a cool look there. I like that. Okay, now we need a checklist. So I have Mojo Jojo, check it off. And we're gonna go with, I think, the light pink. Yeah, we're gonna go with the light pink here. Okay, that's pretty. Now, I like this "It's a good week to have a good week" sticker. I think that we're going to need to cut it though. Let's pull it off and see what this is like size-wise. So I wanted to kind of put it here. I need to move everything. It's a good week. And then, whoops. And then we would do have a good week. That's what we're gonna do. So it's a good week. We'll cut it here. This is difficult when it's such a big sticker. Okay. Then we need to cover these lines. This is a Uniball Signo. I have this linked, I believe, in my Amazon favorites, but someone mentioned recently they couldn't find it. So I'll try to remember to link it in the description. Also, you may have noticed, but lately I've been linking everything I used as a pinned comment. So if you go to look at the comments of this video and you don't want to look at the description, usually the products I used are the first comment and they'll always appear up at the top. So that's something else. I just wanted to make them more easily accessible for you, and hopefully that helps. Okay. Again, I've said this with quote stickers before. Never be afraid to cut your quote stickers if you feel like their size isn't working for you, because you can move things around so easily if you're just a little bit creative with the styling. All right, now we're gonna do this kind of thing here too, but I don't want to put a checklist up on Tuesday because Nikki doesn't need them every day. So that's something I have to be mindful of, especially when I'm going with my, typical style here. So we can put flowers up at the top. We can also look for another quote maybe. Let's get this box in before I put the washi in the wrong spot. All right. Let's try this again. I'm looking over at the flowers to my right and trying to decide if we're going to do a quote or flower. I feel like we're already pretty flower heavy. So I do want to stick with a similar font style because I'd like to do that when I'm using quotes. How about this? What lies behind you and what lies in front of you pales in comparison to what lies within you. And then, is there going to be room? Because we could bring in a little bit of a flower here. It's just kind of sizing it right. I think we need to trim this a little bit here. Start here and see if it's enough, and if not, we'll trim more. Oop, that's just about perfect. As perfect as Elise can get it anyway. It's a different level of perfection. Okay. I like how that looks. Now we are going to do a checklist over here. So I'll take one of my pink checklist stickers. Oh, this is pretty. I love when I get to that moment where I can see it coming together and I'm like, yeah, I like this. Keep this for myself, but I won't. Okay. Let's get this down, trying to get it about lined up to the other one. And then what I also want to do before we go to the other side of the page is add some colorful weekday stickers. And then we'll take another square box here. Now, you might be able to tell, but the N is really, really close to the washi and it's almost hard to see. So we're going to fix that in a second. I'm going to try a fix that's not going to involve lifting the sticker up. I feel like I could lift the sticker up, but I want to kind of experiment with something and hopefully it'll end up being like a little bit of a tutorial or a tip or trick for you if you experience the same thing and you can't lift the sticker up. So this is a little bit thick here. I was thinking that just kind of taking this pen, and even if I feel like that's too thick, and I take some of the end of my tweezer, no, it's not going to work with the tweezer, but I think that when you're glancing at it, let's see, because I can't see the camera, I need to get up a little bit more. When you're glancing at it, you can't really tell, maybe a little bit, but I think that just that little pop of white in between those two really does make an impact. Now, let's go through to the weekday headers because I knew I wanted to include them in this. And which stickers do we want to use? I think we are out of these, which would be my go-to, but we do have more. So I need my correction tape because I think that this color might be light, or we go for these because these are like, these are also pretty and they feel like there is this darker pink. So instead of going really light the whole spread, we can go in different shades of pink for this part. And this is just one of my favorite ways to add a little pop of something to your spread if you're feeling like it's too plain. Just any header sticker that covers up the days of the week. Cute. And we'll do the same here. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'll pull these up. Okay, now we need to figure out our next set of florals. So typically when I go, whoops, that has to be fixed. When I go floral heavy on one like part of the spread, I try to kind of alternate it for the second part, the second side. Why is this not covering? I think I gotta get this lined so perfectly. Okay, that's better. And Sunday. There we go. All right, so floral, sorry, that took some paying attention. I would like to see this, because I went this way, I'd like to sort of go this way. So we're gonna take a big corner sticker again. I used to do floral and black spreads all the time. I feel like I haven't done one in a while and it's making me want to do this. So often when I do a custom Patreon spread, I end up getting like a craving for a certain type of spread in my planner as well. Cover that. See how far we need to go. This we can go about here. Getting pretty good at kind of like gauging this because I do it so often. We need to go a little bit further down this way. Tiny bit more. And then just over here. So if you are someone who doesn't necessarily need as much function in your planner, doing something like this where you include some really big florals is a great way to fill up that space. And then we'll take one of these and I think we're gonna go like here with this. But then I feel like this might be really blank. I think that I'm gonna wait before I put this one down because I'm not entirely sure what I wanna do with it. So let's go back to the quotes for a second. And I like decide that you want it more than you are afraid of it. Such a good reminder. And that feels a lot like how I motivate myself to do things, because there's a lot of times that I am like mid-change on something and I'm like, I don't know how this is gonna go. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know that I want to do it. And then I just say, no, I'll never be able to make changes if I'm scared of them. So we're just gonna go with it. So this is a good reminder here. We're gonna go, I think, a little bit left here because of what I experienced with that first quote. So we're gonna decide that you want it more than you're afraid of it. And then over here, we'll do a box. So I'm gonna grab a square box. I think that I'm gonna put the washi in at the end, just because I feel like each time I stop to do the washi, it takes up some time. And now I have a little bit of a better idea of what I want, where I want to do with the sticker. So if I put this here, I like, you do not find a happy life, you make it. Because I think that if I put this down and I put this down, that quote won't look so empty. Or, no, because we can't do another quote here. Maybe I'm feeling this way because it's a corner sticker. What if I take a sticker like this that's less of a corner? Well, not a corner at all. And we put this here. And then I'll have this so it doesn't feel as closed off. I think that's the better move. So we're going to cover this line and this line. Let's put this here. Oops, we went down a little bit bubbly there, but you can usually just get that out when you press down. And then we're going to do, you do not find a happy life, you make it. We need another box. So go here. This will be a checklist. This will be a box. Right? Yeah, we're alternating checklists here. But then what am I going to put here? That's where I'm getting myself a little stuck, because the other option, oh wait, if we're not putting a checklist here, we can put one there. Let's get this back. Because the other thought is move this quote up and put a checklist down here, because I'm not going to have a lot of room for a checklist there. So let's do that. Oh wait, no, because then we don't have a box here. Okay. See, sometimes it just like takes a sec for me to figure out the pieces of the puzzle. It's trying to think ahead. When I was down at the Jersey Shore with my boyfriend and his family, we were playing Connect 4, and I was like, that think ahead, and you know, what are my moves? What are someone else's moves? And trying to manage all of that isn't as easy for me. But I am a good listener, and I was listening to James teaching his niece, who is 9, how to play. And he was like, the first thing is you look to see if you have any moves, right? You look to see if anything that you will do will give you a Connect 4. And if it doesn't, then you look to see if your opponent's next move could give them a Connect 4. And if so, can you block it? Get me giving lessons on Connect 4. And maybe that's the basics of Connect 4. And like, that's always how I've played anyway. I just liked the way that he explained it because it made it very manageable for me. He did beat me, but I will get a rematch at some point and I will become good at Connect 4. I also haven't played Connect 4 in a really long time. Not that that's my excuse. I can handle the loss with grace. But I also don't think I've played it, not only in a long time, but like I haven't played it against anyone who was not, you know, a child. So playing with a smart grown adult made it a little bit more difficult for me. It's a good opponent. I'm cutting this leaf off because I wanted to be able to have the washi without the white part showing the green through. This is such a classic, like old Plan with Elise spread, and I am here for it. I really like it. Can't seem to cut this piece. I'm going way too close to my finger here. All right, so this was why I feel like if I just didn't care about the ends, it would be a lot easier to get this washi down, or a lot faster anyway. This isn't difficult. It's just a little bit time consuming. And washi, you can't really cut with a knife as easily. Come on, washi cutter. All right, so we just have a few more to go. I need someone to make washi that is like measured so that the black to the black is just like this, the width of vertical boxes. But this is probably a little bit of a an obsessive type of detail that I'm sure most people wouldn't even notice. It's so funny because I'm not that detail oriented with a lot of things. Well, there's definitely things I'm detail oriented with, but there's also a lot that I'm not. And this is just one of those things. For me, in my planner or any planner that I'm doing, it's like covering up the lines and making sure that striped washi is even on both sides. Okay, one more to go. The other reason that I'm not using the washi cutting card to do this is because it would be too difficult to rip with just a tiny bit. It wouldn't work as well. Washi cutting cards work best when you have some pull, and it just wouldn't work here. Whew. All right, this is Nikki's spread. We've got black and pink. We have some good quotes. We have checklists almost every other day. We have 3 checklists. The other one would have gone here, but I think it's okay. And a pretty sidebar. So that is spread number 1. Let's go to spread number 2. This next spread is for Donna, and Donna wanted a journaling spread to celebrate her birthday. So her birthday is on Sunday, June 9th, and I pulled out Posh Party, which I also used for Donna's May spread, which was for her new granddaughter that was born. And I thought that these are really, really pretty stickers and would look really nice here. A journaling spread is probably one of my favorite styles of spread to create because I feel like there's a lot more room for flexibility and kind of freedom because you want space to be able to journal. You don't want the entire thing to be, covered in stickers because then you wouldn't have any journaling room. So I'm just going to peel this up, and I think that we're going to start with the sidebar right here. Oops. Let's try that again. Not as crooked this time. Okay, there we see. I didn't say perfect this time. I just said not as crooked because I know my capability. I feel like these stickers, yeah, I was going to say these do go together, right? And then we're going to take a big balloon arch. I definitely want to put one over here because Donna's birthday is Sunday, and I feel like a balloon arch has to go over here. But I was thinking, do I want to actually move this now? Because there are 2 balloon arches in this sticker book, although this one would have to be more like this way. These wouldn't work together in that exact same way. I'd have to put this somewhere else. Like, I don't know if we're going to use this. Let's hold off on that one for now. Then, let's see. Now, the other good thing about this spread is that I know the dates, so we can get this dated. I like this little scene down here. So I think that we're going to bring in this. Maybe right over here. And then in this sticker book, I can't remember if this has the birthday quotes or not. I like it's my birthday month. Yes, I get the whole month, but I feel like that's more for a monthly. So I'm going to pull out Kelva Plan's birthday basics because this has birthday quotes. The greatest thing about getting older is you don't lose all the other ages you've been. We can put this here, and then we can take the white pen and cover up this week's list. I hope that 2025 planners do not have this section because I either cover it up with pen or correction tape or stickers every single week. I don't know that I ever keep this week's list there as is. Okay, going back to these stickers. I think that, again, I have to remember we're doing this for journaling, right? So we need the space. I'm trying to decide how I want to do this. So I thought that this sticker book had lines because I feel like lines for this would be really helpful to be able to write in. You know what I still have out is Functionally Chic. I don't remember if this has any lines or not. No, I don't think it does. I feel like I want boxes. Oops, that's gonna fall. Boxes with lines in them. I probably have Mojo Jojo pink boxes and more somewhere, but I will tell you, I have so many box stickers at this point that I like don't know where things are. So I have rainbow boxes here. This has lines. But does it have pink? It does. Okay. So, but, I don't know if pink is the color I want to go with. We have this pink. It's not quite the same. There's also the lavender. And even though there isn't a ton of lavender in this spread, I feel like it might be a nice pop of color. So I think I kind of want to do it. Like, we do this here. We'll give Donna some nice space to be able to write in. Like that. And then I wanted to bring in some of these little like garlands, lantern. Whoops. These things always go like down before I'm ready. And we can kind of do that there and let her use sort of this space maybe as she wants. I don't want to just cover the whole spread in lines. I want to give her the ability to kind of customize this a little bit more beyond what I'm doing. And then we can take a little floral here and just put it, or maybe like right at the top there so that it's giving a little bit more space. So this is the journaling space in addition to these lines too. And then if we go to this side, I want to be sure that if I have it, I'm like, oh, what if I don't have another? I don't. I just realized that was going to happen. We don't have another one of these with lines on it. So the other option here is to draw lines. That's one option. It's not a great option for me because I'm not great at drawing lines, even with a stencil. It's something I struggle with. So I'm thinking that if I do bring in this other pink, I want to peel this up. We're going to put a light pink here, because then I can put pink and purple on both sides and make up for the boxes that I don't have. So now we can do, before I put that purple box down, let's decide where I want to put the pink one. We've put this here. And I like to just cover up the line in between the double box because you can't, so that you don't see it. It's not as visible when the box is lined itself, but I can still see it. Sometimes I don't know if I can just see it because the lights are really bright on the planner right now, or that's just how everyone would be able to, but it's one of those details, as we were talking about details. All right, so let's put the boxes aside for now, and let's go back over here. And we're gonna take these balloons and then some sort of let's take my birthday is not just a date on the calendar, it's a reminder of how far I've come and how much further I plan to go. And I know that her birthday is Sunday and I'm putting this over here. It's just the space that we have for it. So we're going to put this here. And I still want to find a like my birthday sticker, which I think, there we go. I knew this had. And we're going to put this right here so that she can journal about her birthday. And we'll put this little stack of presents right there. All right, I think that's cute. Now, trying to decide where I want this box to go. I don't really want this up here because it's the purple and the purple. I don't want it down here because we have those two next to each other. So I think that the only option is going to be here. It's still purple and purple, but not as much because of it being on a different level. Okay, if I move this over. Now we've used this garland thing, lantern. So I'd like to use it again. We're gonna put it over here. And then I feel like we've got a lot of a gap. Again, trying to remember this is for journaling, so I don't want to use up too much, but we could do another little flower right on top of this. And then what are the other choices here? I feel like maybe something right here to help fill that gap a little bit. So we have the presents already. Oh, we didn't do any of these flowers over here. So maybe something with those. And I don't have a ton of space left. That's the challenge. Oh, we did a little flower over here. It's not as vibrant because it's not on clear sticker paper. You know what? I have an idea. Instead of this little guy, we're going to pull this sticker off and put this here. And then I'm going to lift this a tiny bit and take a very thin pen with my washi cutting card and try my very best to do this straight. Look at that. And the reason I lifted the top of the sticker was so that I could get the part that was clear without going over it. So now we have that floral. This is really pretty. All right, I think that we are good with these books. And now we just want to date this. So I need to open a calendar because I can't mess this up. I think that I pulled out Mojo Jojo, date it 2, but I think I probably want date it volume. Oh no, this is date it volume 1. I was thinking I wanted date it volume 2 because volume 2 has the all paper stickers and then I don't have to worry about covering up. But before I do that, let's see if I actually have, these are the months. These are clear. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's not a full Thursday. Pink, we have pink. Okay, I think we can do it with this. So we're going to use a brighter pink here. Oh wait, these are not days of the week. These are months. Oh my goodness, Elise, get it together. We have the little ones here. We can use those. All right. I also feel a sneeze coming on. This is one of those mornings. Monday. I think we're going to use tweezers here because these are a little bit small. Tuesday. I also think what's nice about a journaling style like this is when you do a double box, you don't have to worry about necessarily doing it every day. Like if nothing's really happening Monday, Donna can journal Tuesday kind of about the beginning of the week or what her hopes for the week are, and then can fill in the other spots. And it doesn't have to be as like linear as it seems when you're using a spread like this. We're going to do Friday. Oh, this isn't, oh, well, the page just came off. And then after this, we are going to clean my desk. Whenever I do custom spreads, my desk gets covered in sticker books because I try to pull out everything that I think I'm going to use. And actually today, I think I did use everything that I had pulled out Sunday. And then now we just need the dates. So we were going to go for purple. I need the 3rd. Of course, I don't have those in purple. So, well, I sort of have them in purple. Here's what I mean. I don't have the 5. And I don't have the 3 here. So we're going to fake it. The way that we're going to fake it, let's just double check the dates again. Okay. Because we know I'm not great at this. Tuesday is the 4th. So I'm going to start with the 4th. And I wanted to use the purple for these. And 9th. And then we're going to fake the 3, not fake it, but I'm going to cut off the 3 from the 31. And put it here. And now we have our 3. And then even though I don't have a 31, I get an extra 1 out of it. So we are good. Whoops. I put that back down. All right. I think that is Donna's journaling spread. And we have Nikki's pink and black vertical, and I think these both came out really beautiful and I love them, so I hope you do too. Again, I'll link everything that I used in the description if you would like to replicate any style of this or use anything that I used, and I always appreciate using my link if you are shopping. So that is a wrap. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you next time.